How's it going, everybody? Welcome to the channel. This is Big Day Dave, and this is a map tour for a new mod map to Farm Simulator 22 called Burgenlandkreis. And we're going to start with the description from the mod hub, and it reads: Welcome to Burgenlandkreis, a region in the south of Sachsen-Anhalt, adjacent to the Saale-Ostrit wine region. The map was modeled on a region with 2 real villages and 1 fictitious commercial area, 67 fields including meadows, 19 forest plots, video cassettes as collectibles. Note the toy is not for collecting. I'm sorry. It says note the toy is not for collecting. In the villages you will find farmlands, Prisnitz, Kohof, oh my goodness, Krippendorf, cows, chickens, honey fiedler, chickens, bees, farm Schmiedel, pigs, cows, LPG Pribnitz, workshop, grain store, sheep pen outside the village, lime mine outside the village, dairy farm, place the, I think that's supposed to be manure plate yourself. I just noticed that. It doesn't say manure, but I'm gonna substitute that in. BGA Prisnitz, agriculture dealers, production points of sales, Prisnitz, Pribnitz, oof. Furniture making, construction site, clothes of the world, spinning, daycare, sawmill, farmlands, Yenisroda, farmers, Peters, cows, pigs, place the manure plate yourself, shepherds, Wilfred, sheep include fabric production, timbering farm, Burkholz, pig fattening, Urisroda, production points of sales, Urisroda, workshop with sales points for motor oil, bakery, restaurant, local inn, sugar factory, supermarket, pet dealer, 2 construction sites for stone and lime cement in pig fattening. Farmland Industrial Park, logistic hall with mixed pallet production for supermarket, solar park, 2 building areas, productions / points of sale commercial areas, gas station with workshop and purchase of motor oil, dairy, oil mill, agri LB, grain mill, cement factory. We recommend these mods: More Trees by KR Softwares, Platinum Expansion by Giants, Precision Farming DLC by Giants. And then there's a warning. It says, danger, use the multiplayer map only in multiplayer and the single player map only in single player, because otherwise there will be problems with gates, vehicles, and buildings. Now we wish you a lot of fun discovering the map. Now what that danger warning is that there's 2 maps that you get with this download. One says Burgenlandkreis, the single player, and Burgenlandkreis multiplayer. So depending on what kind of game mode you're going to play on, that is how you want to select. Now I'm gonna warn you right up front before we go any further, this map is ridiculous. Holy smokes. So first off, previous gen console players, if you're on an Xbox One or a PlayStation 4, warning, warning, danger, Will Robinson, danger, danger. Let's take a look here. I don't often show this, but take a look at the slots up in the upper right hand corner. 2,701 out of 4,400. That's for, I'm on an Xbox Series X, so I have the most recent console. Yeah, that's more than half of the slots are taken up. Now I'm pretty sure previous gen consoles only have 2,200 as their max. You might not even be able to run this map. I don't know how this works for previous gen, or if it's even available for no, it does say it's available for it. So yeah, just word of warning, this has got tons of required mods, tons of slots taken up. This one's a beast of a map. So let's continue. As I mentioned, mods are required. Now, even though they are not listed on the mod hub in the page, they are required, and you will be able to download them automatically from the mod hub. This map was created by Knob82 and otti-peterle. no modding, and it's 599.71 megabytes to download. This, I'm telling you, this map is a monster. This is what it looks like. So as you can see, there are tons and tons of stuff going on this map. It's, yeah, brace yourself, there's going to be a lot of information coming at you very quickly. So starting off with where we're located, we are here by this little emblem by the Wanted Games. And if you look at this little map, it kind of gives you a general area where the cartridges are. So word of warning, if you don't want to see this, then look away. It's okay. Whew, okay, now, what do we own from the beginning? If I pan out, we start out with farmlands numbers 1, 6, 15, 25, and 79. Farmland number 1 is a field that has grass that is ready to harvest. Number 6 has canola ready to harvest. 15, wheat ready to harvest. 25, barley ready to harvest. And 79 is our starting farm. Let's see. You are not able to purchase all areas of the map. The prices do vary, starting with some very small, 29,000 for the forestry area. We do have some small fields here. Got a $10,000 field, $17,000 field, and it just continues to ramp up and up and up. You got 550,000, you got 898,000. 700,000 almost. Like, you get a whole range of different size fields all over the map. It's really nice. Animal pens. You do start out with a lot of animal pens right off the bat. Now, a lot of these are located on the separate farms that you don't technically own right away. So just a warning, you may see this list and think you got all these. You don't. Contracts are available. No production chains to start out with. And collectibles are available, 20 of them to be precise. Now if we keep looking at the mods specific to this map, you will see here under mods and DLCs in the build menu, you have a Magsy log fork that has been modified. I don't know what's modified about it other than color. I think that's the only thing, is just the color. Under the build mode, on the other hand, we take a look under sheds. We do have some mods here that are unique to this map. Now you will also see the required mods here as well. So under silos, you do have a couple here. The manure heap right there. Under silo extensions, there is nothing. Containers, there are a couple here. Let's see, under tools, you do have a couple here. And then nothing under farmhouses. Under productions, factories, you do have several productions. Under sell points, there's nothing. Greenhouses, nothing. Orchards, nothing. Generators, though, on the other hand, there are a couple here. Let's see, under animals, just had to shift my list around a little bit. Under cows, we do have a couple here. You can see these ones is listed as the Burgenlandkreis. We have nothing under horses, nothing under pigs. Under sheep, we do have a couple there. And nothing under chickens, bees, or others. Under decorations, there is nothing under this whole tab. And then under landscaping, there are several paint swatches available to us, which is really nice. Now from here, I'm going to go ahead and cut out and cut back in putting some money in, because we're going to need it. There's going to be a lot of areas we're going to have to buy and get things, you know, where they need to be. So I'm going to cut out here and bring us back in very shortly. Alright, so I have put in the money that I'm going to need to be able to make my purchases throughout this tour. So let's go ahead and get started. First things first, let's go ahead and walk out of this garage. And we're going to walk down the end of this roadway here. And I'm going to be referencing the map quite often. Going to be showing you where I've been, what I've seen very often because of all the purchases we're going to have to make. And the first purchase we're going to have is just back here. As you can see, we have a couple of beehives, one in the corner over there and one right here. So if you go to your map and check out farmland number 9, you can see here for $18,684. We'll purchase that. You now have access to the beehives. And now you do have to place a pallet location. So you got to find a place to do that. But you got 1 and 2. They are the larger of the sets of beehives, which is nice. But we cannot linger around because there's a lot to see. So I'm going to have to be very, very quick about this. So heading back down the driveway. So this is the house where we first kind of start in with the map inside. We come down here. And now we stop here at the first farm. We're going to call this farm number 2 because farm number 1 is going to be our starting farm. Everything that we start out with is going to be there. So that'll be farm number 1. Farm number 2 here, if we were right here on the map, we just came down the driveway over to here. And you can see all the farms are kind of marked with these colored buildings. And they correspond with a naming convention here on the side of the map. So here, farmland number 81, if you purchase this for $60,588, you have all of these appear. We can now open the gates. Before we couldn't. And here you have a sleep trigger. Whoops. Let me up. There we go. Wardrobe trigger right there. A chicken barn with room for 360 chickens. Your feed goes in right here. And your pallets will spawn right here. Over here next to the gentleman and his cat, we have a silo right there. Let's see. Tucked into this barn here, we do have a fuel tank. And you can use the refill feature there for diesel. And tucked around the backside here, up these stairs, you do have another beehive. This is a small one. Again, you have to put down a pallet location. So, let's see. Around the backside here, those bees. Okay, I think that's everything here at this farmyard, and you do get a fair amount of storage, but the only problem is that the yards are incredibly small, so you're working in very tight spaces. Now coming down here, we have our next point of interest. Tucked in right here is the Kita sell point. I will say there are some noises and stuff that have kind of startled me at times. Like that one right back there just kind of caught me off guard when I first came onto the map. Tucked in here, this area is kind of confusing to me. This is the... what is this called? The riding hall. This is the riding hall. So if we open this up, we'll have to... oh, we can't jump over. Can I get around? Yes, I can. So as far as I can tell, this is just decorative. There's nothing really here. I don't see any like horse triggers to buy horses. It's not like it's a stable or anything like that. I've looked all around to see if I could find anything that would indicate anything different, and there's just nothing here. Now we'll head over to our starting farm, which is tucked away just over here. We'll go ahead and open the gates here. Now, because we're at our starting farm, let's take a look at some of our starting equipment. Under the buy menu, under owned items, you will see small tractors. You have the Claas Arion 610. Medium tractors, the Claas Axion 830. Harvesters, the Deutz-Fahr Topliner 4090. Trailers, you have two Brantner Z18051s 2XXL PowerFlex trailers. Under the headers, you have the Deutz-Fahr header. Plows, the Agramass POV 5XL. Cultivators, the Lemken Schmargd 9 500K. Power harrows, the K-Brand HR 4040, the K-Brand Venta 4030 Cedar. Planters, the Amazon Presea 4500 2C Super. Under sprayers, the Hardy Mega 1200L. Under fertilizer spreaders, the Amazon ZATS 3200. Slurry tanks, the FarmTech Surprecis 800. Mowers, the K-brand GMD 4411 and the GMD 3123F. Tedders, the K-brand GF 8712. Windrowers, the Samaz Z2 840H. Balers, the Pottinger Impress 125F Pro. Animals, the K-brand RA 142 forage mixer, or the mixing wagon. Levelers, the Dusseldorf. Oh, words are tough, especially ones that are my native language. Duvelsdorf MSS 3000. Oh, really? Under silo compaction, the Duvelsdorf 3000. Wow. Under front loaders, the Claas FL 140. Under front loader tools, you have the Elba fork with grapple, round bale fork, universal bucket, and manure fork. Under header trailers, the Deutz-Fahr header trailer. And under weights, you have two Claas W1500 and W900 weights. And whew, that is it. Over here, starting here, we got the sleep trigger, wardrobe trigger. Here you have the hayloft, a couple of parking spaces right under here with drive-through parking. A couple of your items are stored here, along with some bales. Tucked up on the little hill right here, you have a chicken barn with room for 360 chickens. Again, feed trigger here, and your egg spawn right there. Silo right here, and I believe this is a multi-fruit silo. Manure heap right there. Here you have a seed storage, fuel tank right there, some more storage spot right there with your tractor kind of tucked in. Here you have a water tank, it's a water buy point. In here you have your cow barn for 45 cows. You have your milk point here. We're going to make our way around this whole shed again. And tucked in here you have your feed input right there. You have your straw input, and you can see it's all very nicely labeled on this one. Food trigger there, feed trigger or straw trigger there, slurry trigger is right here. Now coming up and around. Now I'm just showing this, not that there's anything like outside of buildings back here, but I just want you to see that this is also part of your farm back here. Nice big storage building over here. Some more silage bales over here. This is where some of your equipment is held, you can see. Some of your compaction here. Then around the back side. Oh, sorry, not over here. Around the back side over, nope. Over here. Bunker silos. So a lot going on this farm. And it's kind of spread out in like different sections. It's kind of odd, but I could see this being like the way a farm would actually be laid out. So we're gonna come over here and grab a tractor. And I'm gonna go ahead and just drop this front loader. You do have the power washer right there, and tucked away in this you have a lot of your front loader tools right there. Now pulling out here, going in this direction. Now here I'm going to get out and walk real quick. So tucked away in here, this is the... Oh, I missed something. Let me backtrack just real quick, because that's kind of important. So tucked away back here, right next to your starting farm, as a matter of fact. Drove right by it and completely forgot. This is the cabinet making production. This is essentially your carpentry. tucked in here. So we purchase this for $60,000. We will purchase it. You have the ability to make wood planks and furniture. So you can, theoretically, make your wood planks from your wood here and then feed this into making furniture. Kind of an all-in-one. You have your inputs for your wood right here with a wood cell trigger here. You have your outputs right here and here. Let's see. So now we'll head over. Now I'll be honest with you, the first time I heard that siren, I thought like the Silent Hill was coming for me. I was a little worried for a second. Alright, now tucked away in here, this is the Country Trade Frederick sell point. And over here, we have a water point right here. And back here, we have the spinnery. And purchase this for $60,000. And your inputs and outputs are right there. Oh, I'm missing. I was reading my notes. Back here is the pizzeria sell point. Now coming up to my left, that is the next farm. So let's take a look at the map. So we'll come back here. So we were up here at farm number 2, as I labeled it. We then came over to our main farm, checked all that out. We then came down, or actually no, before we did that, we saw the Kita sell point, the riding hall. Then we saw our starting farm. Then we came down here, saw the Country Trade Frederick, water point, buy point basically, and the spinnery here. We then came out down to here where we saw the pizzeria sell point, and now we are here at farmland number 80. If we purchase this for $84,204, you can now see all this stuff becomes available. We can gain entrance into the yard. Here we have a sleep trigger, wardrobe trigger. In here, we have access to a pig barn with up to 15 pigs. You have your water and feed go in here. Slurry comes out there. And then right here, tucked in here, we have a cow barn with up to 30 cows can fit in here. Feed goes in here. Milk trigger is right there. And I believe back here is the manure heap. Where is the slurry point? I will keep looking for that in just a second. I've got a silo right here. That's the input for the silo. Output for the silo is right here. Now let's look for that slurry point because I did not see it. Oh, there it is, right there. That's the slurry point. Now let's see. Make sure I got everything. Silo open content. Yep. So that's everything right there. Go ahead and head back to the tractor. Now continue heading down in this direction. And we're going to hit farm number 4. Nope, this way. Now this is kind of a odd one out. So what this is, farm number 4, so we were here, now we're down to here, farmland number 82 for $213,840. This one is mainly just a storage shed. I mean, that's really all it is a bunch of storage. You do have, let's open that. You do have a repair trigger tucked away in here. But you can see it's just very large storage. That's pretty much all that's tucked away in here. Some more in here. You got some more storage up on the hill over here. Little power washer right there. And a repair trigger tucked away in here. Let's go ahead and grab the tractor again. Okay. Now here to my left are a bunch of greenhouses. You can purchase each one of these for $3,000 each. They work like a normal greenhouse, and you can purchase the land they sit on if you choose for $34,128, and it'll allow you to either delete them, add, take away stuff, whatever you want to do with the land itself. Now continuing. Oh, wait. Did I miss it? No, I did not. Like I said, this map has so many little nooks and crannies and turns and, you know, all this various stuff that just makes it very easy to miss, you know, things here and there. We have a wardrobe trigger right here, and here we have a production point, the needle and stitch. This is basically the tailor shop. 100,000 will purchase that. As you can see, you can make clothes from fabric. Inputs here, outputs tucked away in the corner over here. And you can see just how incredibly detailed this map is. There's tons of details, tons of stuff going on. Now we're at the next farm. This is farm number 5, and we are going to take a look at the map. So we were, I believe, here at farm number 4. We then came down the road and we saw this farm here, which is just a bunch of storage. We then saw the greenhouses. We took in the needle and stitch, the tailor shop, and now we are down here at farmland number 85 and 86. This is essentially one farm, but it has 2 different areas. 85 will set you back 192,510, and 86 $114,048. Purchase both of those, and you can see now we have a couple of new items. Liquid manure, aka slurry tank, right there. Cow barn right here in front of us for 92 cows. Large bunker silo, small bunker silo right there. Got some storage over here. You got your feed trigger right inside there. Oh, hey dear. Slurry point right here. Milk trigger for the next barn is here. Straw point. These are both the same barns. It's just, you know, again, 92 cows. Just laid out side by side. Now heading over here. Make sure that I've got everything here. Bunker silos. Yep, I think this is everything here. Yes, this is everything here. Now let's get back to the tractor. Right here. Okay. So coming up here is the BGA. Let's stop here. Open the gate. So to my right, there's a fuel tank. And now again to my right is the BGA. We stop here. We can purchase this for $875,000. You have your solid inputs here, liquid inputs here, and liquid outputs, aka your digestate, right there. 3 large bunker silos. And now we can exit. Continuing to head down here. Starting in here, this is the shop area. Over here, shop trigger. And then tucked around the back side over here is the repair trigger. Right, oh, right there. Very nice, very detailed shop area. Got a bunch of tractors and equipment that is just kind of on, what are those called? Like plinths, I think is what those are. Like, just like little elevated areas to display, you know, things you want to show. Tucked away back here is the sawmill. Now the trigger for it is right here. 100,000 will buy the sawmill. And as it was recommended in the description, that they recommend having the Platinum Edition DLC, so you can produce the various production types at the sawmill. The wood chip output right here. The input is right here with the wood cell trigger. Now, I've looked around the yard here, and I have yet to be able to find where the spawn point is for the various production goods. I don't know where they are. I've looked around and just have not been able to find it. Yeah, nothing. I don't know where it spawns, so that might be missing, or it might just spawn and not have the trigger kind of appear on the screen. So I'm just not 100% certain about that. So now, coming down here, past the shop, this is farm number 6. We're going to call this farm number 6. And similar to the last farm, it's a lot of storage. So you can purchase this and gain access to all these buildings and stuff. Again, if you don't own the land, you can't open the doors, kind of deal. You do have access to these kind of buy points, these storage units. So you've got a fertilizer tank here, a liquid fertilizer tank right here. Like I said, unless you own it, you cannot open up these garage doors or anything like that. You have a silo system right over here. And then tucked around the corner right over here is a fuel tank, and it does have some diesel in it. Now from here, go ahead and turn around and do a little bit of backtracking. Now, when I bought this, I don't think I actually showed what we've seen up to this point. So we've just been steadily making our way from the starting farm down to here and just continuing in this direction here. So we were here at 89. Let's continue to go. Like I said, I'm trying to do this as fast as I can because there's a ton of information, a lot of stuff to go through. And although it's coming really quickly right now, there's going to be a little bit of driving further down the road where there's nothing. So it goes from a lot to nothing to a little bit again to a lot, driving. There's a lot of stuff going on. Now right here, after clobbering that sign, we do have a sell point. This is the building site sell point. I love the detail on this map. There's so much going on here. Now, tucked away back here, open both of these gates. This is the sewage treatment plant. So this is a buy point. I believe it's for slurry. So now we're going to head back in the direction we just came from. And when you buy the farms, I believe, let's see. Yes. So when you buy this farm, farm number 85, farmland number 85, you also get access to this little strip here. And check it out. There is a bunch. I believe this is manure. What just popped up there? Was that my tractor? I think that was my tractor. But you got a bunch of, I believe this is manure right here, that you then have access to. And now, coming over here, you'll see how we kind of made like the full circle around town. So right there is the starting house where it has the map inside. So now we're just going to continue to follow this around until we can kind of make our way out of town. And then again, that's when we get into a little bit of the driving portion. So far I've shown all the kind of southern village area, and now that we have a little bit of time to talk, this map, like I keep saying, this is a very kind of overwhelming map. There's a lot of stuff going on, a lot of detail on this map. I really like it. This map has a lot of small to medium-sized needs, but you're also going to have some fields that are just absolutely massive that you're going to have to eventually buy your way into and be able to use those larger sets of equipment on various portions of the map. And there are areas that you saw already where the buildings would store larger sets of equipment. So even though the road network is very tight, it's very narrow, and just look at this. Look at the lovely landscape here. The sweeping terrain, the color palette is just spectacular. Oh man, I am just so much enjoying the views of this map. You just look around and you see this kind of open field next to this road network here. It's just stunning. There's a bunch of areas on this map that just kind of take your breath away, and this area coming up here is really cool in my opinion. So up here to the right, you will notice that this is improperly labeled. So you have this area here to the left that says going this way, even though it's, I believe, supposed to be this way. And if we follow this through, you'll see how the roadway kind of switches sides. Oh, let me out. Now you see how this does not open. Does not open whatsoever. So you have to go in this way. But when we come out, you'll see it also says to come out this way. So you see how there's the arrow pointing this way? And then you're supposed to switch back over to this side. Now, this is a quarry. A very large rock quarry. Very cool. Lime station right here. Part of the lime production. There and here. 73,990. We'll purchase this. And you can see stones plus water gets you lime. A good amount too. So you got your input here and your output was back on this side here. Now, this is, I think, the first map that I can think of where the lime or the quarry per se is actually going to be relevant and useful. And I'll show you what I'm talking about later. You got a bunch of lime just sitting here waiting for you to take advantage of it. If you want, you can purchase this. You do have to purchase the land first. So we were, let's see, we were back here. We came up and around. We saw the building site, sell point, then came around here to the sewage treatment plant buy point. Then we came all the way around out of town to right here. We saw the lime station, the lime production. I will show the fuel tank on the way out. But first, price. So if you purchase this, you can purchase it for $383,113, and you get all this area here, right? So that gives you then access to the stone, I'm sorry, the lime. But then if we hop back into the tractor here and make our way down this road, tucked away in here, you can see a bunch of stones. And again, this will be relevant later. Anywhere on the map, I just want to point this out real quick. Anywhere on the map where you see this kind of grayish color, these are building sites. So you're able to just kind of build on these areas here. You can see the land is relatively flat and able to be built upon. And yeah, it's very nice. And there's several areas around the map that let you do that. Now, from here, I need to backtrack ever so slightly. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Okay. So heading in this direction now. And a cool little feature on this map is coming up here. There's really no point or purpose to it other than just to say, hey, cool, look at that. Fuel tank right over there. Some more stones and lime scrolled away right there. Now in this direction, so actually two cool features. So I'm going to go into this mode here, the build mode. You have the canyon here tucked away to where you can kind of go in. I believe this is the original, not quarry, but kind of exploration area that was in Elm Creek. Now we come in this direction. This is the other area that is really, really cool. And we're just going to drive by it with a quick overview. So this is kind of a little maze, a hedge maze right in here. You go in on this side, you come out over here, just make your way through it. It's pretty cool. Just a little feature that's available on the map, but it's just something that's really nice. Like, it has no purpose to be there other than to be a kind of form of entertainment. Now we're going to keep heading in this direction on this little dirt path. There's a water point, and here is the next quote-unquote farm. So we were here at the quarry. We saw that stuff there. We saw the kind of lime pit here, the stone pit over here. We backtracked, came up around to this maze, down to here. And if we purchase farmland number 78 for $128,952, you'll see now we have access to a sheep barn. 150 sheep can fit in there. You have your feed input here. Your output is right over here. And just a bit more storage. Nothing huge over here outside of the sheep barn. Now we need to go ahead and turn back around and head back where we were. Again, the landscaping, the undulations of this map are just absolutely gorgeous. And it makes me very sad to think that previous gen console players might not even be able to play this map. I just don't know what their limitations are on their consoles. For some reason, I think it's half that of the current gen consoles. So if that's the case, then you pretty much got everything on this map. Now, one thing I will say is a lot of this stuff can be deleted, so you can free up some storage and some slot space. But between the high download megabytes, the high slot count, and high install file, or wait, high install file, high slot count, and high oh my goodness, what was I trying to... Anyways, between all that stuff, yeah, see, this side just doesn't open at all. That is weird. So the only side that opens... Oh, and I clobbered that sign. Is this side, going in or out. Oh. And now we have a bit of driving to do. But again, you like that little path right there. There's no point to that path. It literally just kind of picks up at the quarry and then drops you off on the road. It's just a little side road that runs right alongside this main road here. No point or purpose. It's just there. And I kind of like it. It's just a little detail that, you know, yeah, it might be taking up, you know, a little extra space on the map, but it's there. It's just a feature. It's nice. You know, again, this roadway right here leads to nowhere, but it's almost like it's an old road that just was forgotten kind of thing, and they built a new road. And what it looks like to me is they're building a new road right up here as well. Either building a new road or ripping out an old. Because you can see all this stuff right here, and it would make actually good sense if they were taking old road and ripping that out. But again, look at all this. Look at the nice undulation, the sweep of the land. You got a bunch of grape fields or grape vineyards right over there. Here we're going to make a left. When I was first doing my walkthrough on this, it felt like it took forever to make all my notes and figure out all the kind of ins and outs of this map. Now that I'm kind of going through it, I feel like I'm really going through it really quick. Here to my left is a solar park. You can purchase this solar park. We were here at the sheep barn. We came back up and around the maze beside the little exploration area here. Came out, up this road, over in this direction, out to here, and now we're here. If you purchase farmland number 101 for $200,879, you then have access to that solar park and you will generate an income. Over to my left is the gas station. Right over here, you have a series of electrical charge points and a repair trigger right over here. Oh, let me out. Across the street here, you have a production point, and this is what I was talking about, the relevant portion of the quarry. So this is the cement plant lizard. For $96,000 you can purchase this. Let's go ahead and do that. And check it out. You can make cement using stones, lime, and water will make cement bags. So over here you have your output, you have your input of your solids, and your input over here of your liquids, aka your water. So this is the first map where I can actually recall the quarry actually being relevant to want to be able to purchase and use, other than having an overabundance of lime. Open this. This is the dairy. You can purchase this for $70,000. And check it out. You can make butter, cheese, chocolate milk, strawberry milk, and milk pallets. So you can see the chocolate milk is just milk, sugar, and chocolate. Strawberry milk, sugar, and strawberries. And milk pallet is just milk and sugar. And just like a normal dairy, you have your inputs here, your output right here. Off to my right is a little building area. Now, just out of curiosity, so we were in this area here, we've just been making our way up, and you can see this kind of building site here. 98, we're going to purchase that just real quick because what I wanted to see is, can you delete the fencing? Oh yeah, you delete it all in one kind of whack. So yeah, you got this whole area that you can build up and use, so that's pretty cool. Now here to my left is the oil mill. Let's open this. Come around this area in the back. Output, input, and the trigger is right here. Purchase this for $80,000. And you can see you have sunflower oil, canola oil, whoops, olive oil, engine oil palette, which is a mixture of canola and sunflower oil, and again, engine oil palette, different recipe, all canola oil. So that's cool. That's a different product that we don't have. Now over here, you have the grain mill. And this is all tucked away in the backside here. Output here, input over here, and trigger, $96,000 will purchase the grain mill. Now continuing down the road. Now this next area is going to be a bit intense, so make sure I've got my notes all properly lined up. So starting here, we have the point of sale Agri LB. In here we have the Agri LB point of sale for straw and hay. Around the back side here we have, let's see, the fertilizer buy point, liquid fertilizer and herbicide buy point, lime station buy point. Tucked away in here we have the Agri LB point of sale for potatoes, Agri LB point of sale for sugar beets, and the Agri lining buy point right here, and a fuel tank. Alright, so that is this whole area kind of taken care of. Again, you got another building site right behind me. And again, we're going to do a bit of backtracking before we start to see some new territory here, because you're just kind of tucked up into the corner of the map up here. See, right there it looks like the typical construction site that I'm used to seeing. I'm used to seeing either all the equipment out there ready for work and nothing happening, or you have 50 guys standing around watching one guy work. Those are the two scenarios that I have ever encountered when going through a construction zone. Now off to my right, this is the kind of vineyard area here with the grape processing unit right here. 80,000 will buy this. Inputs, I'm sorry, outputs here, inputs here. Cool little trebuchet right there. And a bunch of vineyards all along here. And I fell off a little. Nope, that's not good. Alright, I'm just going to teleport back to the tractor. So I did not realize there was a drop off there. But you can see, look at all those vineyards. Like, that's a huge grape operation right there. So if grapes are your thing and you like to do them, this is what you're looking for on this portion of the map. Now coming up to the last area of interest. Now down here, come around the backside here, you have a repair trigger tucked away back here. Cool little workshop area. Now, I just want to point this out. This is an amazing detail. Look at this. You have a tree that's been cut down and fell through the fence, like completely destroying it. I think that is just brilliant. Now we are at our next farm, tucked away right here. So, we're in this area here where we swept all the way through checking out everything here. We saw the gas station, the cement plant, the dairy, the grain mill, oil mill, and then all the various Agri-LB sell points and buy points right up here. We then pulled back around, backtracked a little ways, passed by, and fell into the grape processing unit pit. And then we came out to here, we followed this around, saw the repair trigger, the workshop area there, and now we are at, this is farm number 8. This is worth $154,800, farmland number 96. We purchase that, we get all these pop-ups now. So we open this gate here, see a little bit of storage tucked away in here, very nice. Fermenting silo right there. In here we have a cow barn. Open the door here, you have your feed point here, slurry point there. Behind me you have a bunker silo right there. Some more storage areas. Drive-through area right there. Around the side here, a water tank right there. Fuel tank over here. Garden right there. The milk point to your cow barn, and the cow barn trigger for 30 cows is right there. In here, you have a silo. A wardrobe trigger. Oh, let me out. Sleep trigger. No! What did I do? Oh, wrong button. Yeah. Well, I have more money at the end of the day. Depending on how much time it is at the recording point, I might have to cut that out. Let's see. We have, tucked away in the back side over here, another pig barn. Open this gate here. Water and feed here. 15 pigs. Is it? 15 pigs total. Slurry right there. And that is it for this area. So let's go ahead and grab our tractor. And then we got to cut through the farm here. Now I will say, be very careful when it comes to navigating these farms, because especially this one, there's these little light posts that are like little accent lights. I'll see if I can find one. Yeah, so here's some right there in front of me, right around this tree. I ran one over and tipped the tractor over. So just kind of an FYI, be careful. And you can see just how tight these farms can be. Oops. Over here you have the bakery. 50,000 will purchase you the bakery, and your inputs and outputs are right back here. I walked right by my tractor. Now coming up here to my left. No, it's not there. Yes, right in here. This is the restaurant local inn sell point. Oops, hey, there's a pole right there that I'm running into. Now this next area, this next farm is actually, I think, whoa, curb, is actually really cool. Like, I really like this farm. So hop out here, take a look at the map. We were here at this farm up here. We backtracked to see the bakery, then came over to the restaurant local inn, and now we are here. This is farm number 9. Yes, number 9. Farmland number 95 for 384,732. You purchase this, you now have access to this. Now what's cool about this is a massive pig farm that's in the middle of construction. You actually have the ability to like build it up kind of thing. So right here you have a sell point. This is the construction site pig fattening lime, and then it trails off. Now let's see if I can find the full name. Construction site pig fattening lime cement. Sell point right here. Now over here, get all this construction, all this stuff is going on while you're trying to open and operate a large pig farm, which again I think is really cool. Over here you have the construction site pig stones sell point. Manure heap right here. 3 pig barns right here in front. 1, 2, and 3. Where you put in your water here, your feed here. Gotta lift the gates. You can come up here, close the gates. Now you have a drive-through. And here is the triggers for the animal dialogues. 200 for each one of these barns. Slurry points are right here. Behind me is a fuel tank right there. And inside here is a repair trigger. So now we're going to run back to the tractor over here. Turn around. Turn right here. Okay. To my right, you can see off in the distance behind the building, that is the Ledley sell point. Back here, you have the sugar mill. You can purchase this for $80,000. I will show it only accepts sugar beets whole and sugar beets cut. There is no, which normally is taken, sugar cane that you can put in here. So that is unique. You have the output here, and around this side you have the input. And then right next door, over here you have the livestock market sell point, and over here you have the animal dealer. Now this is the location where you can either purchase animals directly from this location, or you can also purchase them from the pens and pastures directly. If you do that though, you will incur a delivery fee. You're essentially simulating the animal dealer taking the animals and delivering them to the sites that you want them to deliver to themselves. Now you can save money, that delivery fee, by coming to this location with an animal trailer, whether it's leased or owned. Bring it here, load into that animal trailer, and deliver the animals yourself. Now by doing this, you'll save, let's say for cows, adult cows, $100 per cow that you purchase. Now you might have to make trips back and forth and whatnot, but it will save you money in the long run, you know, and especially depending on how many animals you are purchasing. So now let's go ahead and go back to the tractor. here, I'm going to go ahead and just turn around. Use the bushes. Now we are starting to approach the end of the tour. Oops, did I go the wrong way? I did go the wrong way. I missed my turn. Make a left here. Head down this way. Here we go. Now this is the next farm that we can purchase. This is going to be farm number 10. And if we take a look at the map, we were here. Farm number 9. We came up and around. We saw the Ledley sell point, the sugar mill, and the animal dealer and livestock market. Then came back down here, had to turn around, came out to here. If we purchase farmland number 97 for $179,190, you can see all this stuff now pops up, and we can have access. Sleep trigger right here. Wardrobe trigger right there. Workshop trigger right here. Now here you have a Shepherd's and Wool Factory Jan Isroda production point for $60,000. You can purchase this. And you can see, you take your fabric, take your wool and make it into fabric. So it's just another spinnery. Outputs here, inputs back here. Over here you have another sheep barn for 75 sheep. Feed here and wool there. In here, oh, this is the, okay, sorry. So you got a chicken coop right in here for 360 chickens, a silo right here. Your feed for your chickens goes here, your egg spawn right there. And again, some more storage area. Now heading out of here, we are making it to our last point. Ooh, excuse me. That snuck up on me. This is our last point of interest. This is our last farm, farm number 11. Now, if we take a look at the map one last time, we're here at farm number 10. We're now up here, farmland number 112, $49,194. Purchase that. Nothing pops up because this is kind of your bare basic yard. Bare basic. You got a little bit of storage. That is it. You have right here a wardrobe trigger. Again, some more storage, maybe for a truck or something. And up here, a sleep trigger. That is it. And that is the map. That is Burgenlandkreis. Whew. And this map, wow, this one was intense. So this is the point of the tour where I render my opinion. What do I think of this map? 0 to 5 scale as always. So I absolutely love this map. I think this map is just an absolute home run in so many ways. But, and it's a big but, there is also a lot wrong with it. Not necessarily like actually broken or anything, but this map is extremely limited to really only going to be playable for those people on the current generation of consoles or on PC or Mac. There's really no room for anybody else because of the file size, because of the slot counts, because of just everything that's going on this map just really leaves it hindering. And like I said, on the mod hub, it says, it's listed right here, I'm looking at it right now, it says PC, Mac, PS4, PS5, Xbox One, and Xbox S which is also compatible with the X as well. So it's one of those things where it says it's available for all platforms, but in reality, I don't think it truly is. Like, yeah, you can download it onto the older consoles, but there's not a whole lot you can do with it the way it is. You're gonna have to do something with it. But, I mean, outside of that, the map is just absolutely stunning. It's got so much stuff going for it. It's got the color, the undulation. I love the kind of fog that's here in the early mornings. Like, look at that kind of haze that's just across the farms, across the fields right there. So many details. Like I said, this looks like either a road that used to be here or a road that's going in. It's just getting ripped out and, something put in its place. You've got a just massive amounts of fields, like massive size fields. So you've got this kind of good array of different size jobs and contracts and work that you can do. Just all in all, it's a very, very nice and really kind of cool map in regards to having an actual need for the quarry, because like I said, I've seen several maps where there's a quarry, especially like South American maps. So it's very common on South American maps to have a large quarry on there. But unless you're just going to make lime with a lot of the product that's there, there's really nothing much to do with the quarry. And they're typically extremely expensive, almost prohibitively so. Millions upon millions of dollars oftentimes. And again, you really can't do much with it outside of making lime. Or if you have any other mod that might be able to make something out of the stones, maybe some gold or something, who knows. But it's nice to see that there's actually a use on this map for those products. Yeah, all in all, I think this is a fantastic map. With the uncertainty of the previous gen consoles, I have to downgrade my grade ever so slightly. If it wasn't for that, I'd give this a 5. But I'm willing to go back up to a 5 if the previous gen consoles are able to, one, load into the game, and then be able to delete some of the items here that are taking up all those slots. But again, that was the other thing that was really large too, was the amount of mods that are required for this map. So mods required, disk space size, lots of megabytes, and slot counts. So all those are negatives. But for PC, Mac, and current gen consoles, that's really not an issue. Yeah, so 5 if we are able to kind of make some accommodations for the previous gen console players, 4 otherwise. I think this is a fantastic map. Check it out. Tons of detail, tons of stuff going on. Lots of farms, almost a little bit too much farms, but that's okay. Yeah, just fantastic map. But I hope you enjoyed this map tour. If you did, please show them by liking, sharing, subscribing, following, commenting, doing all the things the algorithms enjoy you doing. That shows you're engaged with this channel and enjoying the content. And that being said, I hope you have a fantastic day. Take care.